I would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional land of the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish people past and present, and honor with gratitude the land and river itself, and the Duwamish tribe. As we share films created by community members from the Duwamish Valley, it is important to acknowledge and respect the stories of Seattle's first people, and can start by visiting and supporting the Duwamish Longhouse and Cultural Center. The 2020 Georgetown Super 8 Film Festival presents you with 43 Super 8 films made by Duwamish Valley community members who were taught how to make a Super 8 film, had access to need-based scholarships, were lent a camera, and who had help throughout the filmmaking process. These participants, most of whom were first-time analog filmmakers, faced the challenge of meeting deadlines, shooting their film without seeing it until it was processed, working with the results without the luxury of editing, and figuring out soundtracks without relying on synchronized sound. This year brought on even greater challenges, as most films were turned in for processing just as the coronavirus began to affect our city. Fortunately, film processing was designated as an essential business, so we were able to develop our films, and filmmakers stepped up to tackle the challenges of making their soundtrack at home with limited help. Just like the other 384 GS8 films, made from 2006 to the present, this work will be a record of people and places in our rapidly changing community and the things that affect us. In fact, we have been working with Bellevue Community College students to create a web archive and viewer so that people may easily access this work. The new platform launches tonight with GS8 2020, and past festivals will be added throughout the year. You can see this archive at georgetownsuper8.com. We are honored to bring you a 3-hour presentation of films from the Duwamish community at large. This presentation has been split into 8 reels, with award presentations at the end of each reel and a 15-minute intermission in the middle. We will be screening family-friendly films in the first part and some stronger content for mature audiences in the second. While you are watching, don't forget to vote for the People's Choice Award at georgetownsuper8.com and participate in our live comment section. Thank you to all of the filmmakers, community supporters, and volunteers for making GS8 2020 a success, and to you for attending this celebration.
Hold fast. She's got us now, boys.
And we are riding the wind, we are sailing the storm. Through a new age of darkness, we are helmsmen of the dawn. Though our captains have deserted and our holds contraband, we will bring this ship to harbor where the sun breaks on the land.
chocolate salted caramel, raspberry bergamot, vanilla raspberry, regular vanilla, almond flour, peanut butter honey graham, lemon cream,
Ranger, Old and Humbug.
Wake up, Oak.
Oak, wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up, Oak.
Oak.
Wake up.
Where am I go?
Can you hear 'em scratching at the screen door? Can you hear 'em scratching at the screen door? The bag of bones been out all night. He needs some petting and loving on his head. He needs some petting and loving on his rain-soaked hide. He's circling around my ankle. He's circling around my ankle. He needs some petting and loving on his hide. Hey, kitty, won't you come inside? Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I want to touch it. Meow, 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 meow. A pussy bird and looking so satisfied. A pussy bird and looking so satisfied. I'm lost in his little yellow round eye. Lost in his little yellow round eye. Pussy bird and looking so satisfied. Kitty, rear up and scratch me through my jeans. Kitty, rear up and scratch me through my jeans. You kitty, yo, gonna spend the night. You kitty, yo, gonna spend the night. You kitty, yo, gonna spend the night outside. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I wanna touch it. Kitty, I'm a foot and I want to touch it. Touch it. I wanna 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 touch it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, touch it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, touch it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, touch it. Get it in my foot and I want to touch it.
This phone is so dead.
It all started the other morning. It was the weekend and I was free, out strolling around the neighborhood. I had just stopped into All City for a coffee and decided to drop into Fantagraphics to see what was new. It was strangely dark in there that day, like someone didn't know how to adjust the light meter correctly. That should have been a sign. I should have known something was wrong. One book caught my eye. The story's about an evil villain imprisoned in another dimension. She knew she could escape if she could just steal the wings from a magical fairy. She found the fairy sleeping, got some scissors, and... What's happening? It would be easier to tell if it wasn't so damn dark in here.
What is this place? I'm finally out of the book! I'm getting out of here! I haven't had a beer in ages. She won't miss this. I'm going to use my new magical powers to cast a dark spell so I can hide and play pinball. If he finds me and gets me back in the book, I'm done for. Time to split. Wow, a cake shop? This town has everything. As soon as I had my piece, I knew I couldn't let anyone else enjoy cake this good. I'm casting my darkness spell once again.
I had arrived at the cake shop too late. It had been plunged into darkness. It was total chaos. I had to find the villain before she caused more destruction. I had to capture her back into the book.
The reader is after me. I'm going to try to fly away like those birds up there. It's not working. The wings don't work. I can't fly.
Finally, I got you.
Spring. Kick, 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 boo, 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 kick, 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 boo, 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 ah.
Freemasons in Georgetown? This was their lodge. Order from chaos, light from darkness. Do you remember the churchgoers? Hanson's floral arrangements in the shop window? This property in South Lake Union, bought by a Texan real estate developer for $17 million, will become an office tower with a roof garden on the 10th floor penthouse. Back in Georgetown, there's a gutted building with free space to advertise on the corner of Bailey and Ellis. Back in time, a horse pulls a wagon down Bateman Street. The coachman is an odd fellow. They collect corpses from Noble Noyce's parlor. Herbert and Francis live next door. Up the hill, the bodies go to that Oddfellows cemetery plot, buried in sacred ground with the people of the inside, the first European settlers, the last mayor of South Park, bulldozed illegally by the city in 1987 to develop single-family housing. Below the old headstones are open fields where cows graze and milk is made. Did Georgetown's only mayor, running the world's 6th largest brewery, have that milk delivered to his house? Did Mayor Mueller imagine his house would be moved to a paved street 42 feet wide? Part of a residential freeway on-ramp? Did he imagine city planners turning headstone into house? Home into warehouse? Smoking cement walls? Endless engines burning? Segmenting his town into quarters? 20 million cubic yards of earth removed, straightening the river into state institutions for learning, highway maintenance, and modern progress, turning our river into $342 million of mess to clean up.
Hi, my name is Laura Wright. I am the Education and Archives person for the Georgetown Super 8 Film Festival, and I am here today to award the Youth Awards for the Georgetown Super 8 Film Fest. Every year we have youth that participate and are the driving force behind making a film. There are definitely awesome parents behind those efforts, so thank you. But two films this year that we have youth that were primarily the filmmakers in this process. So we have Where the Cats Play by the Davis Creative Productions and Ghosts of Georgetown by Hazel, Lucy, and Emma. So nice work, you guys. Congratulations, and thank you for participating in the Georgetown Super 8 Film Festival.
Hi, Lynn McCracken here, and I'm going to announce my first choice for the Georgetown Super 8 Film Festival. My first choice was Headstones by Jesse Moore and Patty Foley, and the reason why I chose it as my first choice was primarily just how seamlessly it was put together. First, just on the technical side, the camera movements, the varied movements was really nice. Plus the narration overlaid and juxtaposed to the imagery really worked together. Even if the image was disparate or different, than what the narration was, it still worked. I really liked the little horse down the street as kind of a prop to get a point across, and talking about the coachman. It was just a really fun film to watch, and it also had a lot of questions in it, questioning our history, the history of Georgetown, even including the mayor. That did he know that his street was going to turn into a 42-foot wide street? And then also just to segue into the problems that we have with the Duwamish River now, just because of that historical things that have been done just all over the place, even in South Lake Union. So I really appreciate the film asking me as an audience to look at these issues that are part of our society. I also feel like the piece could be integrated into another piece, or even become a larger 30-minute piece, little documentary film or something. There are a lot of possibilities with it. But for that 3 minutes and 20 seconds, it got its point across. It was enjoyable to watch. Anyway, it was a really good piece, and I just want to commend you all for that, and thank you. So it was Headstones by Jesse Moore and Patty Foley. Congratulations. Bye.
And Friends of Georgetown History has chosen for its first award, the envelope, please. The film Headstones by Patty Foley and Jesse Moore. We chose it because it draws attention to those who have come before us, be it the First Nations or the westward settlers from the mid-19th century. Congratulations, Patty and Jesse, on your fabulous movie.
title boards then, but that's what we need to talk about.
Just get a big piece of cardboard. My name's the Bike Man.
Okay, the bike man.
You know, like
How about we just call it Bike Man?
Like you call that's it. Okay,
Bike Man,
that's
yeah.
it.
So that's the name.
There's this Batman movie, and what's his name says I'm Batman. And then, well, I just say I'm Bike Man. This is one of the sacred spots in Georgetown. A sacred spot is where you want to go place and just stand around and watch things. Because this is a beautiful town for riding a bike. The weather's nice. It's got hills. It's got roads that you don't have to take the same road. You could take an alternate road, or you could take an alternate route. There's not just one way of getting there. There's all these trails everywhere, which are kind of nice. When you ride a bicycle, you learn what foods to eat so you can ride better and ride faster. If you eat right, you could keep riding. But if you don't eat right, you run out of fuel, start slowing down. Then when you go to stand up, you pass out. See, women, when they go to the food store, they have to look at everything. They have to smell it and they have to examine it and everything. I just grab stuff and go. I grab the cheapest stuff. I don't buy expensive stuff there. I should. It's even when you pay a decent price at McPherson's, it's a good deal. A whole box of bananas for what, $1?
Did you eat all those bananas?
They're all gone. I only buy stuff there that I usually eat. I bought some lettuce there and I didn't eat it. But see, there's nobody out in the road. Look, I got the whole trail to myself. Most of these roads, the sidewalks, are all empty. There's nobody riding, and this is before the COVID mess. Okay, all movies have parts that are sort of good. That's my stale gas card. It's on top of this hood of my stale gas card. You can ride a bicycle and you can just say, screw the traffic, and you can go through all the red lights, all the stop signs. You can ride like some of these people I know, they just keep pedaling. They don't stop. They don't stop for red light, stop signs, traffic, pedestrians, nothing. They just keep on. You can do that in the city and nobody cares, okay? You can't do that in your car. You got to stop at those red lights and you got to wait for that 1 minute. It's a pretty fast bike. That's pretty good acceleration right there. I could get up to 30 miles an hour on that machine on the streets on Carlton with that bike. But it's really risky doing it because I have to go through the intersection. I'm going to be pulling right into Ben's friends where they were. I had a lot of good times there, but now those days are gone. Oh no, I'm not going to. Look at going right by.
What do you want people's takeaway to be from this movie?
Riding is good for your health. It's one of the best things you can do for your body. And if you don't ride a bicycle in Seattle, you're losing out on your health. It's you're getting overweight, you're getting diabetic, you're getting depressed. I go on a bike ride, I feel great. Then you're getting those painkillers, those endorphins that are better than any other painkiller in the world.
Joe, how do you pronounce your last name?
Kohanowski. He would walk on his hands and steer with his feet. If you watch the Star Wars, I forget what that's called, the Phantom Menace.
Oh, that one. I feel sick of that.
Need an ice cold tall boy? Mike will get it done. Need to toss a drunk out on his ear? Mike will get it done.
He's Mike, and he approves this message.
Hey, I'm Rana, one of the Georgetown Super 8 Film Festival jurors, and I'm here to present the Industrial Talk Award. This award goes to Endemic by Kevin Colton for its expertly synchronous soundtrack and intrigue-sustaining single shot, with warranted whispers of just how much we're blowing it environmentally. Congratulations, Kevin.
My first place choice for the Georgetown Super 8 Film Festival is West Nebraska. And the reason why I chose this as my number one pick amongst 45 number one picks is because it really did appeal to the documentarian in me. It captured what I think was a street or a block or a number of blocks in Georgetown on West Nebraska. And within those blocks were a million stories that didn't have a lot of explanation and didn't have, a full narrative, beginning, middle, and end, but just enough to make me want to know what the middle or the end or the beginning was of any of those stories. So it just was this incredible mix of capturing a place as well as capturing story, sort of either mid-flight or at its end or at its beginning. So that's my pick for first place.
Francis doesn't care for the blues, sad and lonely colors she just can't use. To her they just don't matter. She'll make do with every color but the blues. Francis doesn't care for the blues. She wears reds and yellows and all those other hues. She lets those shades define her. It's true, Francis doesn't care for the blues. But the bluebird will spread its wings in the morning, and a blue sky is only a smile in indigo. Heaven knows.
Messages. Love one another. Just love one another.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How can we love one another? Since 2012, there has been a 117% increase in homeless deaths in Seattle. We grieve publicly for those who we deem worthy. Celebrities. What about the public grieving of those without homes? We cannot acknowledge the crisis state we're in unless we realize our morality. The only way we can achieve this is by honouring our fellow man through acts of public grief.
Saccharine solitude, fermented fortitude, sharp shapes spinning garden, lamplight illuminates, cornered faces grinning. Honor the ghosts sublimate and burn the native banks of the stake. Embers float and pierce the sky, shedding light on the world's dark night. Wave is coming, time to decide, swim or die. I'm ready.
It'd be hard to remember when your life seems as if it's going through a blender. Basketball's helped me learn lessons while going through my suicidal depression. Left its impression as I went through my self-reflections. Sports are one thing that will never judge, and a lot better for you than chocolate fudge. Getting in shape is a good motivator, whether playing for fun or on the LA Lakers. When I was going through school playing ball, I was as fat as I was tall. Been playing ball since I was 9, but spending most of the time in school just riding pine. I never really was able to shine, then came to the realization that it's all in my mind. I was kind of a loner and never had good self-esteem, wandering through my childhood years like it's some kind of dream. As I have gotten older, I've gotten bolder, starting to care for myself and have gotten broad shoulders. I'm different than others and not good with girls, as I've gotten Asperger's and Tourette's, and it's a different world. This past year, I may have found a place where I belong, where I hear a calling. It's for a Special Olympics team in Shoreline, and we have been balling. A good friend of mine, now Spencer, did the recruiting, saw me wanting a team on Facebook, and got me before I could start hooting. When we first started, I didn't think much, though the team might be a little undercut. Didn't know the competition we would be facing, but we swept through our first 2 tourneys with all guns a-blazing. We made it to state, where I saw our first matchup, and my fear was baited, though thought we might lose as I was skated. Had my worst game, but we came out on top, told myself that we wouldn't be topped. We ran through the next 3, though one was a slugfest, and proved this year that we were the best. I love basketball because it's my game. I love contact so I don't get lame. When I play with my brain. Gotta hustle all day because I want to get paid, diving for the ball like police on a raid. When I play, I try to help others because I want to treat those who care about me like brothers. Hustling and playing by example is how I lead. If you won't hustle with my squad, I'll pull you out like a weed. I love this game, many reasons why. I'll even hit that 3 with you poking a finger in my eye. If you want, I can teach you by and by, but watch out for tricks because I like to be sly. When I play for keeps. Get you hard enough in the paint, some people weep. I don't like giving up those easy buckets. When I see someone going easy, I say, duck it. I can take hits as well as I give. That's why box are fun. It is what it is. Getting more improved by day is how I help my team get to the Nationals, which is the dream. My friend who is getting old, this is the time for us to be bold. Got to make it to Nationals in Florida to get that gold and separate ourselves from the rest of the fold.
It was February 29th, 2020, leap year day. It started out as usual, greeting friends and having coffee. I had some appointments, but I really didn't want an agenda that day, so I canceled all of them and went out to look at the daffodils. There was a light breeze. It was going to be a good day. From the South Park Bridge, I surveyed the scene. There, I could see the grounded airplanes. And somewhere, coronavirus was in the air. Here in America, things were about to go sideways and then upside down. Death was coming. And in rooms everywhere, there were elephants. It was a little too quiet, so I naturally went to get some cake. I mean, look at Charlie's Cakes. Little did I know that her shop, along with many other bars and restaurants, would be closed several weeks later. But at this point, all I knew was that I needed a friend to help out. Penguin had been bouncing around from couch to couch, but I found him hanging out behind brothers and sisters. We decided to go get Monster, who was, as usual, playing at bowls. We waited patiently until the end of the game to kidnap him, enjoying the view from a park bench. We got some provisions at Maruta Market and sat ourselves at Ruby Chow Park for some conversation and to watch the airplanes land. We didn't really know what was around the corner. How could we? But there was magic, shimmering like a peacock.
is Laura Wright. I'm the Education and Archives person for the Georgetown Super 8 Film Festival, and I am here to announce the GS8 Spirit Award. The GS8 Spirit Award is an award that we give that embodies to a film that embodies the spirit of the festival. And this year's recipient is Special Olympics by Cedar Boucher. And I would like to say that film I found to be very amazing in talking about being in difficult situations and finding that thing that helps carry you through and that you can be passionate about and helps guide you through a difficult time. And I think that is very pertinent to us in this day and age. And I also think that Cedar did an amazing job with both cinematography and creating his own poetry to go with the film. So congratulations, Cedar. Thank you.
Well, I shed all my tears like the leaves from a tree. Rake them all up on my hands and my knees. And I built you a fort with a wall and a moat on a beautiful horse. All the way you float, the wind of my breath, hands through my hair, and the seas they will calm, and the scars disappear. And I've been just as far as you need me to bend, and I pray on the strength it takes me to mend. And you wash all your hands with the tears I've shed as you lay down with the earth for my bed. You sing me this song made of sticks, made of stones. You whistle my tunes while you whittle my bones. This little old pile of dust blows away. The bees they will sting my feet made of clay. Children may shed tears fall like leaves, mud on their shoes too, the snot on their sleeves. Wind in my breath, my hands in your hair, your seas all become, and your scars disappear in the air.
Dear Pablo, I should say up front that I thrive on sunlight, basking in your breath like tiny rays, like a blade of wild fern. Do I ignite your curious heat? Today, everything felt better, felt warmer, without ice, encased in petals, soft like cotton draped. Bright burst of blue. resistant pasts present lessons unlearned. Cast away cold droplets.
Finalmente está aquí. Esto se ha convertido en una extensión de tiempo. En espiral hacia ti, soy libre. Al llegar a tu piel, unto mi silencio a través de nuestras palmas abiertas. Shh. Escucha. Tu pulso rítmico guía mi pluma. Mi querida Essie, pertenecemos. Con el tiempo lo verás. Danos tiempo para evolucionar, para enredar vides, crecer hacia.
Hey, what's up? What? But it's our anniversary, and I went and got groceries for dinner and everything. Yeah. Sure, you'll make it up to me. Don't die. Sure you do. Well, stranger, looks like it's just you and me tonight.
Wait, you needed a foot?
Tonight I'm popping the question. Gonna make that girl mine. Man, I'm doing it tonight. This is the best day of my life.
We met in a diner. He ordered a Denver omelet with rye toast. He talked about the open road and the double yellow lines that he's been following. He said he races trains for fun and that airplanes fascinate him. to be so high off the ground with a bunch of strangers and without control and away from the world he knows. He seemed content, but he didn't say where he was going or where he was originally from. I know he had been to San Diego once with an ex-boyfriend who he said smoked American spirits. When I asked, he couldn't tell me his name. It was about 11:30 p.m. He wouldn't let me pay for what I ate, so I thanked him, and he flashed this arousing smile. I asked him for a ride. I knew I probably wouldn't ever see him again. He had a black SUV, or it could have been blue. There were a few empty water bottles and a red umbrella in the back seat that we just pushed to the floor. He was tall, fair skin, very gentle with his hands, and I was thirsty. And I felt like clay giving into every part of him. With every breath, I was blind. I was blinded by the moment, protecting my eyes with his neck. We simply moved together back and forth until we both arrived to the same place. Then he pulled back into himself with nothing more to offer. It was this great paralysis. Then he turned the key, put the headlights on the double yellow lines, and then he drove. And when he let me go, he said nothing.
Hey, I'm Rana, one of the Georgetown Super 8 Film Festival jurors, and I'm here to present the Hardbody Award. The Hardbody Award goes to The Great Paralysis by Stephen Semelko for its contemplative use of color, light, and cadence to maintain mystery and chisel its subject to life. Congratulations, Stephen.
You should never have to question the trust of a close friend. However, in my world, when money and greed start to sour that trust, next thing you'll start to question is, do you let that friend live, or do you let that friend die? I'm Big Tony. I do favors for people, and they pay me back how I see fit. Here's the thing, in this neighborhood, if you don't have eyes in the back of your head, you might get a knife in your back, or worse, a bullet. Sometimes that knife in the back is from your best friend. Take Tommy, for instance. He's on his way here now with his new dame Trixie to bring me my money, but I'm on to him. Well, Birdie told me Tommy's in so deep he's been skimming off the top of my side hustles to make ends meet. Hey, just stop this, quick and quiet like.
Tricks, we got this. Hey, where is it? Come on, baby. Here we go. Hey, there's the guy, Big Tony. How you doing? I got you cut.
If I don't make an example out of him, I'll look weak. When I confront him, how far do I take it? Can it, kid? I know the take is light. You thought you could pull the long con on me, but I've been all over you like a cheap suit. I had Cha-Cha follow you ever since you hooked up with Trixie.
I'll pay you back. Tony, I swear.
Swear on this. Say goodnight, Tommy.
Hold on. I know where to hide in Alaska Joe.
Alaska Joe got sent up the river, was trying to lay a pinch on me. Joe knows my whole operation. If he squeals on me, I'm done for. How do I know you're not squawking nonsense so I don't put lead in your brain?
Hold on. I have proof. I have photos of where he's hiding. In the bag.
You mean this bag?
Kid, I've been 2 steps ahead of you from the beginning. I got eyes and ears everywhere. You're a liability, Tommy. Say goodnight. I'm sorry, kid. It's nothing personal. It's just business. Tommy thought he could play me. I saw his grift a mile away. You gotta stay 2 steps ahead of everyone in this business. If you don't see what the mark is.
It's like you always said, Tony. If you don't have eyes in the back of your head, you might get a knife in the back.
Or worse, a bullet.
Let's go, Trixie.
Rest in peace, boys.
Should have stayed 3 steps ahead, Tony.
I'm home.
fired? What do you think I am? Stupid?
Cat's grooming service. How can I help you? Jim, it's the mechanized forces. I'm on my way. I'm headed there now. Alright. Yeah. Mark 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. What's happening, Jim? What's happening? What happened? I don't know. They just vanished. Jim. Do you read me, Jim? Come in, Jim. We show you are in great danger.
Georgetown's a nice place to live.
Hell yeah.
I've been living on this block for about 7 years now. And I'll tell you, this block's a lot better than it was a few years ago. The only trouble with this block now is you can't even find a hooker or get some crack. You know, so if that's what you want, you gotta go to another block now.
I have my own voice, but when we play together, we are as one. And like the stars in the night, and the moon and the sun, and Warsaw Street, we on one. One throat for me and for you. In this cold world of lovers and a better slip of
No, 3, 4.
Hello, we are Friends of Georgetown History. For the winner, we have selected... Thank you. You're welcome. Block Party by Clint Berquist, which documents the natural habitat of Georgetowners partying in the streets, socializing, raising kids. Congratulations!
I take my craft very seriously. I patiently stake out the space and the location, and when I know the time is right, then and only then do I do my crafty craft. Sometimes I wait for days for that perfect moment, even when things get itchy, soggy, or medical. I commit and I stay focused so I can do my crafty craft. You think you see me? Oh yeah, right there. Nope, I'm right over here. I work to look like the space, and with my own dark essential oils, I also smell like the space. Possum heat, bus sweat, regional yeast. I am a spray sniper, and I take my craft very seriously.
Mr. Pop.
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.